I know.
Oh, that's the new song.
That's why I stopped.
Yeah. We ain't snapped on that.
Oh my God. Start the show. I gave you props.
Yo, one of these days.
I gave you props on the freestyle.
He snapped on that joint though.
On what, the Benny Joint?
Yes.
I liked them on that last joint he had. The last Benny.
I didn't listen to
Yo,
it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't
don't.
I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to it.
Oh, this is unbecoming of you, beloved.
I didn't listen to it.
He killed the other feature they had together with Big Sean. I like that joint too. You ain't like that one? No.
That was alright. Wow. Y'all got me like, y'all had me liking that. I ain't like it at first, but y'all was piping that.
For them California Kings who used to sleep in twin beds.
Shout out to Lil Wayne, man. He dope, man. He's fire.
He's a little crazy, yo.
You are now tuning to episode 68 of the DIPP. I go by the name of Ski, aka Filipino Grigio, aka Mr. Cozy Wear. Ow, that hurt. I hit myself in the knee. Here with both of my co-hosts and 2/3 of the podcast. I got my man Sport playing off fields and off courts, aka Hefe Horn, Chapo with the cheeks, Don at the behind, Chaplin at the back end. Also got my man Hev Hefner, aka Canary Hev, aka Humbly Hev, aka Mr. Hev, aka the 41-year-old phenom, Hev Nowitzki, aka the Lil Wayne hater.
Hev Lee coming up.
Hev Lee coming up.
You got the next birthday on tap, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you?
40th February.
Yeah.
Soon come. And that shit came quick.
They say they start coming quick after a while.
Yeah, that shit, they try to get me the fuck out of here.
At this certain age, the motherfuckers come. It's like as soon as you finish all the shit you gotta do, they come right back. Like you get your kids out the way, be like, damn, it's my shit again.
I be thinking about that shit. Like I might have lived longer than I got left to live. That makes sense.
Damn, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm not hoping that in your.
I get
you know what I'm saying.
Not hoping
I
that
live
you
42
think,
years. Hopefully, I get 42 more years. But
well, that's why I always tell people that about people always say like your midlife crisis 50.
Right.
I'm like, why is it 50 if you don't live to be 100?
right.
So it should be around your 35, so you realize you gotta get your shit together. Like, I think the life we live in too accelerate that. I think people be going through midlife crisis in 30s because you really don't live to be like. We know people that die at young ages.
Yeah, God willing, I make it 84. I could do it.
With all these years blended into each other, I got a question because you would probably be able to answer this better than anybody. But I recently, because I noticed my daughter is like at this age now where I don't pick her up as often. Like physically, like pick her up, and I do it every once in a while. But she's heavy now. Like I noticed it when she like fell asleep in my bed, and I tried to like, especially because I know I hurt my knee, so I was trying to pick her up, and she's dead weight, and
it's hard,
bro. But yeah, I don't pick her up as often, and I was trying to remember like when was the last time I actually picked her up, you know?
Yeah.
And can you remember?
The last time I picked it up?
Yeah. Or any of your kids.
I just picked up my kids yesterday. Like
you still got little kids.
But you still, but even still, like you at that age now where I'm at, where like it doesn't. Well, when
yours,
with your daughter you can, but
with my daughter, I still pick up my daughter all the time.
I do it with my son all the time because he's still like kind of small.
But my sons,
I can't remember the last.
I think I picked my sons up now. My sons is 10 and 11.
That's crazy.
I think I picked them up for the first time I probably did in like a couple years. But it was kind of like symbolizing like y'all still my kids, y'all still my babies. And I guess they see my daughter in my arms so much they don't see that. So I picked up my oldest son who's 11, and like I had him picked up like I would hold a baby, and I'm like, you know you my first son and you still my child. Like you see me hold my daughter, but you your sister, but you still my child or whatever like that. And it was funny because I picked up all my kids over the weekend for like a rarity, like that, which is like something I never do.
I'm like dreading that day, and when I did it and I noticed it, like the shit hurt. Don't get me wrong, I was dragging my motherfucking leg the whole time. But when I look back on it 5 years from now, whenever it is, I'm gonna think about, damn, like when was the last time I picked you up? And I want to remember that time. I was thinking about that. I really want to remember that time. The last time I picked her up.
Wait, do you remember?
I don't. That's what I'm thinking. Like, damn, that's deep. Because I don't remember the last time I picked them up. Like, I picked them up, like, on some, y'all know I can still get y'all up.
Yeah. But like picked you up like that.
Picked up the holder and like carrier, and I
Yeah.
don't remember. That's crazy.
I mean, those years do blend because like
They do.
even like things I experienced with my daughter, like, and I think that was like the reason behind me picking up my sons is because like I remember I was picking up my daughter, and she was like kind of like pick me up, like kind of that way, and I'm like I don't remember me doing that with my sons, and I don't remember like that stage of their life no more. Like it just blends so fast because like when they transform from a different stage. It's like you just forget what happened before. So it's like I don't remember like that shit. Like I couldn't like when I had my daughter, I couldn't remember how to like have like infant kids, like making a bottle and all that shit. That shit was so foreign to me. Yeah. So
and you gotta remember, my kids like was tall, so they was like tall and big at early age. So it might have been like real early that I stopped picking her up. Yeah. As far as my daughter,
I think it's symbolic though, like you said, to like my kids really enjoyed me picking them up, and it's just crazy that you mentioned it over the weekend. Is like to make them feel like, I mean, I guess it's a place of shelter. Like, like you still got to protect them.
And you know, we come from the generation before us. They always used to hit us with the don't pick your kids up too much because you want to spoil them and stuff like that. And it's like it's gonna come to a time where you're gonna wish like you could
still pick them up. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go pick up big ass up.
That's the thing, though. I think we was raised in like. Well, times were so harder back then that it's like you didn't have time to coddle your kids and all that. You had to show everybody had to learn tough love because mom probably wasn't home all day. Yeah. Times are a little better now that you can be more loving and stuff like that.
Do y'all remember getting picked up by your parents?
I don't remember the specific time, but I do remember my pop picking me up at an age I was like too old to be picked up. I remember that. Yeah.
I remember it, and I remember it from a picture.
Yeah, okay.
I have a picture.
Yeah, I have a picture of because I don't have a relationship with my dad at all. So I have a picture of him holding me as a kid, and it'd be like, I can vaguely remember it. I was reading something where it say, you remember you have a piece of everything that happened to you in your life. It's just something that got to trigger the memory.
Yeah. So that's why I say that though. Like I find myself taking random pictures of my kids now because it's like. Everybody always talk about the times where everybody get dressed and go out and stuff like that. Right. But you do have to remember like the random stuff. Right. And I think we come from an era where like photographers and all that wasn't all that. A lot of photos wasn't had or things got damaged because they wasn't in a digital space. They was all like in a photo album in the basement and the basement flooded or something like that. Right. So we don't have a lot of pictures of that. In this generation though, you can have 1 million pictures of your kids through their childhood.
And that's crazy because I was just going through my Instagram and like deleting all my pictures. Now, for some reason, you could delete multiple pictures at a time.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I was too scared to put up like. You trying to make your dating profile? That's what you doing? The 5 pictures? Oh, all right.
That's a celebrity profile.
No, I had like 2,600 posts, so I had to get rid of that shit. So I had more posts than I had friends. So I was like, I'm gonna go through them. But as I'm going through them, I'm seeing all these pictures of like my kids, and I couldn't delete them. So I'm like archiving them or whatever. Yeah. I was like, I can't get rid of these pictures because. It was like so many memories, like when they was little and shit. I used to take all types of pictures, like when they was little.
Not even just like the picking up and stuff like that. I'm thinking about like it was another thing I noticed on my windshield. I noticed like fingerprints on my windshield and I was like, damn, like I'm complaining about it now because I want to like wipe. I want a clean windshield, but then I got to a point where I was like, I don't even want to clean this off because it's like. There's gonna be a time where I'm not gonna have their fingerprints and stuff on windows anymore.
I think about that shit all the time.
Yeah, you get to a point where you want your kids to grow up, and then it's an age they hit, and you wish they slow down. Yeah, and that's probably like the age
where I'm at right now.
Like I wish they slow down.
Well, my daughter, like she's 22. Yeah, so I'm like, damn, like I remember when you was a baby.
Yeah. Now you having like adult conversations.
Yeah, like you're a whole adult. Like I barely get to, you know what I mean? See her as much because she got her own life. Yeah. And that shit be like, damn, I wish she was a baby again. So, you know what I mean? Like you was more into me back then. Yeah. But, yeah.
I just was like, my neighbor, about 2 houses down. You know how you see people who don't really know them? Mm-hmm. You see people in passing. I thought that this kind of struck me kind of hard too on like a hardcore because like I always see him, he got like a nice ass Benz truck, big truck, probably got like the best car on the block or whatever like that. But you always see him coming and going. And we always either, you see the same cars in like the same proximity, like so you know who home and who not, whatever like that. So his car was out in the back for like 3-4 days, and that's not usual. It's not like something he usually go to work or whatever like that. He ended up dying. So, and he was dead for like 3 days in the house.
Damn.
Oh shit!
So I came home with my kids, and my neighbor was telling me like, yeah, we had somebody lost. That's the thing I realized too when I moved on my neighborhood. I realized everybody old on my block, so I'm like, it's gonna be a lot of deaths. Like,
but
But to say that, like, they couldn't even find nobody to get in contact with to like let them know he was dead. And I'm like, that shit struck a chord with me because because I really want to keep in contact with my kids as they get older. Like I want them to, you have a life and stuff like that, but you still don't want to get so far attached that when something happens to your parents, you don't even know.
Right.
Like they really was like the cops was probably at his house for like a day, just waiting to kind of find some type of article or something that they can contact somebody to let them know that he had passed. I was like, damn, that shit like took me for like that shit like really had me thinking all day about it. Like
that used to be my worst fear. Like I ain't want to die alone.
Yeah.
Where it's like nobody know.
That shit had me ready to get a girlfriend.
Like somebody walk in the house and know that I'm dead or something. Like
because they say that men will run the streets until they get sick and then they want to settle down with somebody because they need somebody to take care of them and shit like that. And I don't want to be that way.
Yeah, I don't want to put that on nobody, but I still don't want to die alone.
Yeah, that's a scary feeling that people would like go about their. And I'm pretty sure he got kids like that. Everybody just went on their life and. Yeah. Like that man was gone for 3 days and nobody talked to him or called to check up on him.
3 days, that's crazy.
So it just kind of reminded me to like call my folks and like where I'm always reminding my kids like, yo, pick up the phone and call your dad. Like, you know what I mean?
Damn, that was just that's flowing.
What I wanted to talk about too though was like with this latest music coming out and stuff like that, and we always been talking about from the Jeezy album to the Ross album. The Ross and Meek combo album that didn't do that well. And even like our first listen we talked about with the Drake album, like what y'all feel like the whole reason why music not selling as much as it used to?
I don't know. I don't know if it's me or it's the landscape, but I just can't get into nothing no more. And I was waiting for the Ross and Meek joint because I thought that was going to do it for me. Even the Jeezy joint, I was like, Jeezy, he gonna give me something that made me fall back in love with music, and it's not happening. Like I'd rather listen to like some old shit or like some Anita Baker shit. Like even the Benny shit, I didn't even listen to the Benny. And
I didn't hear that at all. I heard y'all talking about it, but I didn't even.
I seen it and I kept saying it like I'm gonna give it. Maybe it was the Lil Wayne on it that threw me off, but I didn't even listen to it, and it was like shit. Like normally I see a Griselda shit. Playing it from the rip.
Right on.
Yeah, throw it right on. Now it's like, I don't know, for some reason, like this music just not. Maybe it's all that bullshit that's saturated the market that's throwing me off.
I think it's just so much accessibility with the streaming platforms, and I mean, obviously that's one reason why music isn't selling.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because you can pay $10 a month and listen to anything that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved the bar as far as what artists get paid
on the stream
with streams.
Yeah, like half a penny or some shit. That's crazy.
Another thing I think, and I really do believe this is going to be something that is going to be prominent. Maybe not right now or later on. Like you see a lot of not a lot. You see a few artists now. They're starting to do the pay what you want, or I'm gonna.
Yeah,
like Nipsey put out the Crenshaw mixtape for $100, but then he put out the pay what you want thing. Lloyd Banks released the mixtape, $100 a pop. The Russell does the same thing with his shows though.
Right.
Pay what you want.
His merch too. Pay what you want.
And the merch too. So like, I just think as we go on, I think artists are gonna try to move away from the streaming model. Mm-hmm. Because obviously it's not lucrative unless a lot of artists are going independent now anyway. Like I think Drake is just dropping albums just to kind of go independent at this point.
You think so?
I think he off his label though. I think he get either not this.
I think he's still he's still under Cash Money. And I think that's why he's dropping like the dark zero mixtapes, and I don't know exactly what his deal is with Cash Money, but I feel like he's just dropping a bunch of music and B-sides and stuff like that, and dropping them as albums, just to kind of get out his deal at this point.
Yeah, I think
that's just a theory. But
we talked about that like last episode with Jeezy. Like Jeezy shit is independent now.
Now it is.
He off of Def Jam.
But they seen so many people make money like that, like Russ and all that, like being
Russ
relevant. Yeah.
But I think once people start to go independent, I think a lot of them are going to start
leaving the streaming,
doing the same model of
that's what
pay this certain amount for the.
That's what with Meek hinted to in his tweet when they said he was supposed to go like they supposed to only do like 36,000. That's estimated from streams. He was saying that you won't be able to subscribe to an artist.
Yeah,
and like right to point of sale right to the demand to the from the artist to the art or whatever like that. And they're gonna get away from like. Because Joe Budden say that all the time, like, what's the value of a stream, and who makes that value up? Like, if you say I listened to this one time, it's only worth a half a penny. Who sets that parameter?
Yeah, but I think
how much you pay. You can't let the platforms set how much they pay you. You know what I mean? They're not gonna pay you.
Artists, I think a lot of musicians, artists, rappers, the whole scope of music. I think they're gonna start treating their albums like paintings at this point. You pay for this, or like prints, like you have photographers who sell prints for like $100 a pop, but it's the same thing that they sell. But you also have the idea of, remember the Wu-Tang album, the last Wu-Tang album that dropped, they put it up for auction.
Yeah. And the billboard for all that money.
So I could see that happening a lot more.
I like the concept. What Prince used to do, the artist Prince, he used to drop an album and go on tour. If you bought the ticket for the tour, you bought a copy of the album. So
but they was getting away from that too, though.
Every ticket he sold, you bought a copy of the album. So motherfuckers will come see Prince for the tour. Not necessarily want to hear his new shit, but they thinking they going.
The album,
but they bought the album and his sales would.
That's what they were doing. When like Hove gave everybody the album when they bought the Samsung phone, something like that. Yeah. And then they kind of went away with that because they was mixing. It was mixing merch. Like Travis Scott went like triple platinum because he sold merch with the bundle with the album.
Cudi too. There's a reason why Cudi stays relevant because of his merch.
Yeah, but they recently just went away from that Billboard. Like they got rid of those bundles. There's no more bundles for album sales or whatever like that. But yeah, I think so. I think you have to find a way to give out the same formula of buying a CD but make it digital. Like that effect that I can buy something for $9.99 and just have it instead of like, because the problem is we don't want to go to the store and buy a CD.
But
can you deliver it to me that same type of way that I can support you off a platform and find a way that it.
Well, they had that with iTunes.
I don't think the idea of album sales holds the same value as it did back in the day. The album sales doesn't determine the artist that you are or your brand anymore. I don't think it is because of the streaming platform. So I think at this point, people are just trying to find out what's the most lucrative thing for them to do to continue making music. So then you're gonna have, like I said, the artists that are gonna sell their mixtapes for $100 a pop. You figure I sell 1,000 mixtapes for $100 a pop. What's that? 100,000? It's $100,000 off of 1,000 mixtapes. It's nothing. That's a block in New York. Just buying my mixtapes right there. Like,
the thing is, you gotta monetize your audience, so whatever it is. And I think a lot of people right now monetizing their audience from social media.
Right.
So it's like, if I can drive up the streams on the song on TikTok, then I can throw in the ads in between it, and I can make my money off that. Like, some people only making their money off of ads, like ad placement and stuff like that. So it don't care what the actual music. The music is the engine behind the tours and the merch and the ads that actually make them the money. So I think you do, like, the music will never go to the point where it's like irrelevant, but it is more right now an engine. Like, I think people are more influencers that make music versus them just artists. Versus them just being an artist and make music. Like, you can't just sell music. You got to diversify what you do. Yeah, exactly.
I don't believe there are too many artists out anyway.
Like now?
Yeah. We have single makers, song makers, but not necessarily artists.
Well, the attention span's so short that you don't even have to make a song. Like, you used to have to format a whole song. You needed a bridge, you needed a chorus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now you need 120 seconds.
Viral on TikTok.
Yeah, so the producer is more relevant than the artist because you just need a banging beat or whatever like that.
Motherfuckers will go on tour off a viral TikTok song.
Yeah, like, I mean, look how much success, like, Sexy Red had, Amani Blanco, another of them. Just people just made their money off of, like,
a catchy.
social media posts, basically.
Sexy Red is she doing that thing. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be like a fade that faded away. Like, she's gonna be a one-hit wonder. No,
well, she worked hard though. They showed her like in the video. She was out there with like what's his name, FGP Duck or something like that. So she was on the grind for like a while. It ain't like just like.
Oh, you talking about before? I was about to say FGP Duck is dead.
Yeah, but no, this was way before. That's what I'm saying. Back before, yeah.
Oh yeah. She was grinding. This ain't her first time going viral. She had viral songs before, but now it's like she consistently dropping like alright joints. Not good joints, because I'm talking about shit that's
well, she doing better than Glow, and I think right now, Glow kind of in a bad position where she can't find her next hit.
Yeah, she can. She's done.
Yeah,
that cha shit was horrible.
I like Glow though.
I like
the person,
but
that's why she'd be okay though. But this leans to what we say about the artist is more important than the music, because she's still relevant because her personality, because you get the peek behind the curtain to see her personality.
Yeah, even Koi. I think Koi fading away.
Yeah, but I think Koi just relevant. Like, I think she just gonna be relevant, even though the music. She Grammy nominated now, which is like, Ice Spice got 4 nominations. That just show
for
you
Grammys.
Yeah.
I don't think is the Grammys relevant anymore. Then, like, I don't think that's.
I think it's just not that great of music out there. So like,
so you got to pick something. That's bad.
But I think
Ice Spice 4 Grammy nominations.
I think hip hop is in trouble because males are not dominating no more. It's really a female genre. The best songs out this year has been female songs.
Yeah, females ran this shit this year.
I don't have a problem with female rappers, but I think the quality of what they drop isn't great.
Yeah,
but
they're not rapping.
They're making
it's whole music.
It's whole music,
but they making the best hits.
Yeah,
like it ain't too many men on the charts. Like even when
sex sells, that's always been the thing.
So that's the thing though. When we ushered in this new genre of music with the what's the boy from Detroit, Babyface Ray and all them, like they can rap, but they can't make songs that climb the charts.
Right.
So even Baby, like for everything everybody say, Baby the next one, that's it. He can't climb the charts like that. He climbed the charts every once in a while. That's it. So this next generation of like males that rap, they don't know how to make hit songs.
Nah.
So the women on the charts for real.
I think hip hop keep going this way is going to eventually fade away.
I don't think it'll fade away. I just think it's just.
Bro. I think that shit is going in another direction. Maybe the hip hop as we know it, or as I know it, as my era, is definitely dying. My era of hip hop is dying. It ain't.
But I think you always have like pockets of it that'll be great. Like for everybody who's.
It's always gonna be some nostalgic rap or nostalgic like acts like Griselda and shit like that.
Yeah, but similar to like how the NBA they say like the traditional big man is going, the center is going. But the best player in the leagues are the big men. So I think it's always gonna be pockets of great
variations
rap.
of it, yeah.
But we just don't lean to that because we live our life through phones.
There's artists who still drop that boom bap old school type music. They're just not popular.
Right.
But it's just not on the phone. It's just not in your phone.
Right.
But like Lloyd Banks just dropped a mixtape and nobody's talking about it because it's not on your phone.
But I think there's just an abundance of artists now. Like a lot of people do music now. Yeah. So and then like I said, another thing with I think I mentioned this before, the accessibility of music. So Joey Badass does that boom bap shit.
Nice.
He's nice, but he's not. We don't have a TRL and we don't have 106 and Park anymore to push those narratives. We have whatever these kids online are pushing in their TikToks and everything else that make popular music, because that's how we find new music now, is through Instagram and social media and influencers. Yes, and influencers are kids, and kids listen to what kids listen to.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's our fault then for not growing with the generation. Like, we still like all right, they said Meek and Ross didn't sell because the kids don't listen to it. Well, we must didn't listen to it either if it ain't sell. Like,
I honestly didn't even know the album dropped.
Yeah.
No?
I think it was a bad rollout. I think it was a bad rollout to it.
But who has rollouts anymore too?
But I think you're supposed to have a song. They did more interviews than they did songs.
Well, that's the rollout now. Is podcasts, podcasts and shows. Those are rollouts, but they don't even.
None of that beats the good song.
But what I'm saying is they don't talk about the albums anymore. Those podcasts aren't generated or solely central around the album. They don't talk about their albums anymore. They talk about
everything else is going on.
Everything else is going on and not the album. I'm not here to really promote my album. I'm here to promote myself.
I disagree. I think they do talk about the album, but we only digest the clips that we see on the internet.
No, I watched that whole, because the City Girls, they dropped and they shit tanked. I watched the whole, what's that shit?
$1 Million Worth of Game?
No, not that one. Breakfast Club. They never talked about the album, bro. They talked about everything else.
Well, I think what Dumb know is more, like a lot of the women is more about their tea and their gossip than anything.
But they did say they did their press run after the album came out.
Yeah, that's
like
wrong.
They ain't do no, and they don't have no management either. So,
but I felt like I would really find it hard pressed that anywhere Meek and Ross went, they didn't talk about that album. But the clips you see on the internet of them talking to Speedy is about their net worth, and it's like everybody's so catering to what's going.
Think about old hip hop rollouts, right? Mm-hmm. You did a TRL appearance, a 106 in Park appearance. You premiered your single on 106 in Park and TRL when you did your interview about your album. If you were a rapper, you had to hop on Flex. You had to do a freestyle on Flex. That was mandatory for you to do in order for you to promote your album. Based off that freestyle, you knew how that album was going to be.
Well, that turned into the going to $1 Million Worth of Game, going to podcasts and radio shows.
But even with that, you're not talking about your album.
You're talking about all types of shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so what everything you speaking of, the number one key in and all that was the hit song. You had to have the hit song. They're not rolling out the hit song first. Like, that City Girl album came out, nobody knew what was the song on there.
They ain't had no single.
This Ross and what's the name song? This Ross and Meek album, they dropped one song.
But think about the rollouts for songs now. We don't have that thing that puts your song out in front of your face and it plays in front of your face all the time.
But we have that though.
What? You have to. I have
phone.
No, the phone is me searching for the song and putting the song on.
It's in front
as
of your
opposed
face.
to MTV putting it on its top 10 and it being in my face every day. As opposed to BET putting it on its top 10 and people voting for it and putting it in my face every day. As opposed to the radio playing it 20 times a day and me hearing it all the time. Then it becomes my favorite song.
But who listens to the radio now?
That's equivalent. How many times did you ever click and see the Shaq and Kobe video on YouTube? No, but you've seen it a million times on the Shade Room, on Hollywood Unlocked, on every hot freestyle. When that video came out, it rolled out the same way. That is just thrown in your face, and the music is thrown in your face in your phone. It's just not doing as well because we digest the clip, and that's all we want.
I disagree.
Like, it's nothing making us go buy the album. Like it's. So I understand what you're saying. Like, it's not on 106 in Park every day, and nobody running home to go watch it at 6 o'clock. But we're watching it on our phones all day. Like, you can quote a Coi Leray song from TikTok that you don't listen to, but
but there's a difference between me having my phone out, it just popping up on my phone as I'm scrolling, because my attention span from me going through my timeline is completely different. If I see Meek and Ross and I see that video, that's not a play. That's not me playing the song. It's not me watching TV and my attention span is on the TV. My attention span is barely on my phone because I'm scrolling through. So it's not necessarily registering in my mind to play that song.
I disagree because the only difference is I think from then and now is that when you hear the song and you watch the video, because now you can say video is more prevalent than they ever been. It's just as many videos coming out than it was when we was watching 106 and TRL now. But the only difference is that you can go out and make a single purchase back in the day for $9.99 and support your artist. Now you got to listen to the song a million times to support them the same way. I think that's the only difference is how they getting paid. But I think we still enjoying it the same way. We enjoying the videos. We encouraged to go listen to it. But if I bought that album and listened to it one time and didn't like it, I already went up front and put my money out. Now I get the choice of, I don't like it, so I'm not going. That's literally saying, give me $1, I'll let you listen to the album. You don't like it, put it back on the shelf. Back in the day, it wasn't that choice. You fully support it regardless if you liked it or not. I feel like we do, like, it was a pocket before like social media was as big as it was, before Instagram came around, that you didn't see artists doing rap videos no more. It wasn't no more videos. They told you MTV Jams was dead, 106 and Park was dead, TRL was dead. It wasn't no more videos.
I haven't watched the video since like the Kanye era.
I'm about to say I don't even know when.
I don't. So you saying that there's a bunch of videos
and I randomly said, "Damn, they had a video for that."
I'm surprised.
Every
when
video,
I see the clip on.
Name a song that you haven't seen that you saw that does not come with a video.
You don't
hear the song. You don't hear the song without the video.
But that's what I'm saying.
Every Cardi B song.
I haven't seen these
Nicki
videos
Minaj.
that you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. They not pushed in my face because they not on a platform for me to see it. I have to search for the song. I have to go on YouTube and type in the song. Why would I do that when I could play it on Spotify?
What was Offset main single to the joint with Cardi B? Where did you see that at? On the Shade Room. Cardi B and Meg just rolled out an album. Where you see that video at? On the Shade Room. Shaq and Kobe on the Shade Room. All that shit, you see it the same way you see it before. The only difference is when you buy the music, you put your money up front. Now you get the choice of how many times you want to listen to it. Like what Hev said with the Diddy album. I listened to it one time and I didn't.
But here's the thing. There's some. All right, I don't mean to cut you off, but there's a difference between the Shade Room posting that song, the video up of that song one time being played on my timeline for that day, right? As opposed to me putting on BET after school and it being on the top 10 for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the same.
It's not the same thing because I only see it one day, sport.
You don't.
As opposed to me watching BET and it's on the top 10 going from 1 to 10 between for 2-3
How many
weeks.
dances? How many dances you see? Where them dances come? Them songs you see from them dances.
Are you talking about like
the bongos dance when I ate the mango, like that's the same thing as watching a BET video every day. Either way.
Let's
agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Next up.
Who y'all think the better athlete dead? LaVar Ball
Deion.
Or Deion Sanders?
I'm going Deion. I'm going fucking Deion.
Well, LaVar Ball got more success.
What? With them?
Yeah, they in the NBA. Two of them in the NBA.
All of them made it to the league.
All right, but his kids are still in college right now. They might make it. Except the one that's a rapper. He ain't no.
Yeah, he
LaVar Ball 3 for 3.
I mean, the other one's a rapper. He about to be 3 for 3. He got the shorty that play ball.
Who's a rapper?
His son. His oldest son. DJ. I mean, Deion Jr.
Deion Jr.
I thought he just did the camera stuff.
No, he was a rapper.
He a rapper.
He do the he filmed all the. I follow him on Twitter.
He just had an album come out.
Are you serious? Oh,
yeah.
Unless I'm mistaken, bro.
I believe you, but he does he's like he films
videography.
He's the camera guy for Colorado.
Yeah, when I looked him up, he was he had an album or something. Maybe I'm tripping.
I don't.
All right, but he got Shador, Shiloh, right?
I don't think Shiloh making it.
You don't think he'll make it? That's the boy, right? What's
That's
the girl?
Safety.
All right, and then the girl that play ball.
Who she play for?
I don't know. she gonna be
she got a shield.
She gonna be all right, yeah.
Did LaMelo win Rookie of the Year?
No, he lost to Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, but he got a signature shoe. Yeah. He in the league. He been an all-star.
Who, LaMelo?
No, not an all-star. He been in the league.
But he's a future all-star.
And I don't like how Deion do his kids.
Nice though.
That ranking shit, I don't like that shit.
Oh, 3 for 3. The other one,
He played for the Pistons.
I don't know about 3 for 3.
Yeah, I had to go back to that.
He played for the Pistons.
He played for the Pistons?
Yeah.
Lamangio,
He got a uniform. Jello.
Leangio.
Yeah, he played for the Pistons.
And Lonzo, I don't know what's going on.
It was only for like a week, but he was on the Pistons.
He a journeyman. He not 3 for 3. We're not gonna give him Leangelo.
I'm not giving him that, but the other
He
one
played for the NBA. He did.
No.
No matter if it was a week or not.
They both signed $100 million contracts.
So y'all going LeVar?
I gotta go LeVar. As much as I'm a Deion fan, I gotta go LeVar.
I gotta wait and see. Cause
Yeah, I got you. If Shallow and what's the name, make it.
Shador going for sure.
Yeah,
Shallow go.
don't it feel like a year ago they was playing?
What?
Like, don't it feel like all the hype behind them and that shit at the beginning of the year happened last year?
Yeah. No, that shit was this shit.
Now they losing and shit.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize Shador's stats were so close to Caleb Williams. Like his touchdown to interception ratio, his QBR isn't as high, but his touchdown to interception ratio is about the same.
He might benefit from like staying all 4 years because to get the team around him better. Because
if they hot next year, he got to go.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, he got to come back next year.
No, he's sophomore.
A sophomore,
so he got to come back next year.
Yeah,
he got it.
All right, well then he benefits from playing with that team another year.
If they get a defense next year, and
they need an offensive line.
Well, yeah, that too. But
definitely need defense too.
But if that wasn't his dad, he would be in the transfer portal to leave. Yeah, if that wasn't his dad, he could go somewhere else and be like, because you got to remember, Caleb Williams wasn't at USC. Caleb Williams was at Oklahoma, and Jalen Hurts left Alabama and went to Oklahoma. So quarterbacks move around to the best situation for him. Right now, he's not in the best situation.
With them losing, is Caleb his stock still high?
Yeah, he the best prospect. So? He the best prospect in a couple years.
They lost to Bo Nix? Like, no. Come on.
No, he lost to somebody else. He lost to
they lost like 2
he lost to Washington too.
Yeah, they lost to Washington too, yeah.
That other quarterback gonna go high too. Every top quarterback he played, he lost to. Mm-hmm. But he's still gonna go like he's still gonna be a top pick. He gonna be the top pick.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be the top pick.
Unless depends on if somebody got a quarterback.
If Arizona get it, he ain't going. Now they talking Kyler Murray. He look good too.
He look good.
No, he look good today.
I think you still take him though.
You would take him?
Yeah, I would still take him and then deal with it. They took Kyler Murray after they took Josh Rosen the year before.
Yeah, but look how that played out.
That's what I'm saying. So
it ain't
unless they take Marvin Harrison number one.
Y'all said LeVar.
Yeah, I don't like how Deion do that rank my kids shit. Like, I don't think that's good for their psyche.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know.
I see a lot of clips from Deion. I'm not saying it like not to diminish Deion as a father. I see a lot of clips from him from his reality show that he used to be on that I totally forgot about.
I didn't even. Yeah, I forgot about it.
But all I'm on there is like small kids and stuff like. And he had a lot of good lessons and stuff like that on there. So I do. That is dope.
You're a father, man. I rank my kids too.
You rank your kids?
What's the rank?
My daughter. I was like, no, I don't rank my kids.
Yeah, we learned that from the Roots pick together. Anyway,
I'm playing, y'all, because they do watch. Yeah, I'm playing. It's a joke.
Just kidding.
Like y'all equally.
I joke.
I kid. Where we at? Y'all pick something.
Rebuilding your identity. You feel like you got to rebuild your identity? I feel that way in my 30s.
I like who I am.
Oh,
been this way for 40 years.
No, I actually did. I want to talk about this.
Well, I'll talk about it though. You don't want to talk about it. I don't know what you meant by it, but I'm gonna tell you what I meant by it.
Go ahead.
I just think like now I kind of space, but rebuilding your identity. I think I'm a different person. Like I feel like you ever feel like you're in a different chapter of your life.
Oh yeah.
So like I don't even hang out with the same people I used to hang out with. That I just feel like I'm a different version of who I was. Like I don't enjoy it. I think my life and my body changing, and I gotta be more aware and conducive to the change.
Yeah.
Because like I as a kid I used to stay up to like 2-3 in the morning.
Right.
Just can't do it no more. I be wanting to, but I just can't do it no more. So stuff like that. And then like friends, I don't really talk to that many people at all. And it's just like being cool with like knowing that like I don't converse with a lot of people outside of like work.
Right.
And just being okay with that. Like a lot of people that you used to see, I look up now, like people I used to consider friends, I haven't seen them in like 5-6 years.
Ain't
like,
that some shit?
Yeah, and it's like you realize like, you know, like your circle really change and stuff like that. So that's what I was thinking about when I'm like rebuilding my identity. Like I gotta find like new hobbies and new things in this like version of my life.
I think I'm more at peace now, more calmer.
Yeah.
I think as far as that, I think the core of who I am is always going to be the same. I'm still the same as from around the way, but I'm more calmer and I'm more like...
Still with the ink.
I'm more calm and I'm real like, at this point, like I'm preserving life. You know what I mean? Like my whole goal is to live as long as possible now. So anything that's going to deter me from that, I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, that
so
makes
like,
sense.
An example, like being with the niggas from the hood or whatever the case may be, or being in the hood. Like I don't even go around there no more. Like I just don't want to be around that energy,
environment,
that environment, where it could take me, or you know, even mistaken identity could take me out of here. Like I'm all about preservation of life right now. That's where I'm at.
Something was said about me being a father, right? And like in that moment, I was kind of like deflated by what was said because I invested so much in me being that role in my life.
Right.
But because of that, I had to take a step back because first off, what was said was totally false, right? I'm a great father.
Right.
I know that for a fact.
Right.
But then I had to think about the fact that one day the role that I have as far as the capacity in which it is will decrease because my kids will live their own lives. So I'll have to rebuild my identity, and I should start now because my identity is too encapsulated in me being a father.
Oh, yeah, right.
Go ahead. I'm gonna cut you off.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying we live our life in stages, and the biggest thing I say with like men is knowing what's like required of you. Like in this stage of your life, it might require you to be more of a father, and I think as long as you're not oblivious to the fact that like for you saying it yourself, like it's going to be times where that has to change, and kind of like slowly pivot into that. And being aware of that, but be okay within the space you live in. Whereas like right now, I gotta be the dad that's doing everything and all over, and I can't worried about like dating or whatever the case may be. Not even saying that that's what you're saying, but whatever.
Yeah.
And just being like aware of that, what stage of your life in. Like when my kids are 5 to 10, I need to be more of a dad and not a street runner.
Yeah.
But when they 10 to 15, I can go out again or whatever the case may be. So being aware of that. And I was kind of having a similar conversation with people. Like I told somebody like, it's okay to be aware of the things people say of you. Like, we're well aware of what's said of us, even when it's not said around you. The opinions that people have around you or they might have, it's okay to be aware of it. And it's okay to not like what they say about you. It's also, okay to not give a fuck about the opinions. You know what I mean? So I'm always like, because I used to worry about what's said, and I used to get mad that I worried about what's said. But it's okay to worry about or be aware of what's being said, regardless if you think it's true or if you like it. What you do with that is totally up to you. Like, do you let that, like, for example, like, oh, you're not a real man. Not to say this, just a situation.
Just be
if somebody say you're not a real man, I can't act like that didn't register in my head because it did register in my head.
Right.
It's what I do with it after it registered.
After the fact, yep.
I don't believe it's shit that it's not valid to me. So it don't make no sense. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like it just went in the air and came out of the air. But it doesn't validate me. So it doesn't matter to me. But I did hear it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you gotta, like, when anybody, and I tell men this in general, when they try to challenge you or kind of insult you in general, or you worry about how like your personality is being conveyed to people, it's like, Who gives a fuck? But I might know, but I don't give a fuck. If that makes any sense.
No,
Like I used to be mad at myself for knowing or wondering what people thought of me. And it's okay to wonder, and it's okay to seek to know. But what they say, whether it's the narcissist or the flirt or the person that want to be the funniest guy in the room, whatever is being said, if it doesn't validate me or I don't think it's true, and I'm not just like being oblivious to it, like, oh, if it's some truth to it, I'll be able to admit that it's true. Right. But if it ain't nothing to it, I'm not gonna let it kill me just because you said it.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because so like y'all know I tore my meniscus at work, and I went back like the second day after I got hurt, I went back to work. And the first day I went back, they had me on like desk duty, like, you know what I mean, sitting down all day. And when I first got there, they had me on a completely different floor. Subconsciously, I think I'm a hindrance because I don't know what I'm doing necessarily. Mm-hmm. So I feel like people are talking about me because I don't know what I'm doing. Right. So now I feel like I need to go above and beyond to validate my spot there because I feel like, people are talking about me. I don't know what I'm doing. The second day, I'm hurt, mind you, right? They were gonna have me in my role, which is a very physical role where I'm on my feet all day. Right. And I was still gonna do it despite me being hurt because I felt the need to validate myself in that moment. Yeah. I'm like, what I mean? I'm gonna rub some dirt on it. Even when I was hurt and I still felt it, I was still working. I didn't even want to put the claim into it, right? Yeah. Because I felt me putting the claim into it and me like acknowledging that I'm hurt would somehow invalidate my worth and where I was at.
Yeah, I can see that.
That goes back to like the whole saying at the job where like all these pussies in the bubble and all that.
But no, it goes back to that, and I was really thinking about it. Like I got like PTSD from that shit. Like.
They really used to be on that though.
But like that people was really hurt though. Like,
he really fucked up. Like
from doing shit and all that. Yeah. It's like you should have been out. Like, and it's like,
how long you gonna be in there?
But that like lends to like I hate people that think that it, like that they kind of say like that, oh, I don't give a fuck about what people think. You do.
You do.
Yeah, you definitely do.
You had, but you got the choice. You had the choice to like, do you really care? Like, but don't act like you don't know what's being said.
Right.
Like, yeah, you care, and then it's up to you at that snap point. It's like, are you gonna let it hinder you, or you just gonna choose not to give a fuck?
Right.
Whatever the case may be. But it's like people try to act like they just oblivious to it. No, you're not oblivious. You're human. We care. We care how we being like viewed and stuff like that. We do care about that. It's like what you do after it. Like that's why I'm quick to tell people. I had a conversation with somebody, and they was asking me about something I post on Instagram or whatever, and I was like, you know me better than that to think that. And they didn't say nothing. So I'm like, well, you probably don't know me better than that. So now that just further validate how I feel that I don't give a fuck about what you think about me. Because you don't know me.
You don't really know me.
Yeah, right. So if you don't really know me, whatever view you have on me or whatever like that, I just don't validate it because you don't really know me. Right. Now, I do take stock in with people who do know me, and I think they do know me. I think that it's some stock in what they say, but even with that, I take it for a grain of salt.
But no, like you said, if I don't value your opinion, it wouldn't really bother me. Like if you somebody I don't care what you think about me, like I'm not gonna hold stock in what you say about me. Like everybody got their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But yeah, this is we're gonna wrap this up.
Wrap it up, B.
This is episode 68.
The year Have was born.
Episode 68.
Stop it.
Yeah, shout out to the women that warm the washcloth off before they wipe you off.
You letting them wipe you off? You getting that off?
Yeah, I've had I had to show you that.
I don't like that.
They put powder on me.
No, don't.
I had to show you they put powder on me afterwards. She changed my diaper. Yeah.
Powder me down. Yo, if you got powder on you, you don't want your coochie ate. Stop bringing that casket coochie out in the summer.
Yeah.
Nobody want no deceased coochie. Antique coochie.
Got powder on it, yo.
Yeah. I got a little powder on.
This nigga said he changed my diaper, yo. Listen, as long as you in progress, you're not felon. It's the dip. We out. Yeah.